Hey, we're back again with another case study testimonial interview here with my good friend Alex Tenorio. Alex, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do at Stacks?
Yeah, I'm a CPA, certified public accountant. I'm the owner of Stacks, and we are fractional CFOs, and we help small businesses, digital-based businesses, e-commerce businesses, agencies, really streamline their financials and help them scale and be that financial wizard for them as they start to grow their business. So it can get pretty technical. So thankfully, Matt was able to really help us get things going on the cold email side.
Yeah, for sure. I think what you guys do does differ more than just like what bookkeeping and traditional like finance stuff does. But we can dive into that. Again, also appreciate having you on here. But diving in a little bit on the cold email side and the results we've gotten you. So far, I think over the last few months working together, I have here that says we generated 37 meetings together. Can you share a little bit about the quality of those meetings and how some of those calls went?
Yeah, honestly, I think that was actually one of the misconceptions that I had thinking about cold email was there's all these confusing terms, and finance and accounting can be tough to put in the box when it comes to sending out some cold email without making it either super long or complex. But honestly, it's been amazing being able to see you be able to craft messaging in a way to where it's still hitting home the points that we want, but also generate quality candidates. And I will say for sure, the vast majority of people that do end up booking a call with us are pretty established. And that's one of the things I really appreciated, simplifying a complex topic in a way that is digestible in email format and being able to generate the interest that you do. Initially, I was a little skeptical because I just didn't think it would be tough for somebody that isn't an accountant to be able to write accounting and, financially based content. But you guys took the torch perfectly and started generating from day one. It's been a really hands-off process. I think just the initial hey, let's scope out what we want, review some copy, and integrate all the tech, and we were off to the races in I think less than a few weeks. It's been a very approachable, easy process, and I would never want to turn it off, honestly.
Yeah, it's for anyone who's done cold email a little bit or has even seen what the process looks like under the hood. I don't blame you for doing that
Yeah.
because it is a lot on the back end, candidly. But yeah, also talking about one thing I want to touch on too, specific to you, is honestly the results we're getting, but not only that, given based on the amount of volume we're sending. So like you specifically, to the people out there, maybe it might sound like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, it really isn't. We're only sending out like a couple hundred emails a day for you. So like we don't even offer the size of like sending that we're doing for you anymore, but you're getting like great results, which is awesome to see. Proves that people need exactly what you have.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you want to just share a little bit about what does the time investment look like on your end between like taking the calls and just the time investment of you having to worry about lead generation at all?
One of our core standards is the fact that we just want as many lead generation funnels and systems going and having those active at all times. So, for me, I don't ever want to be turning cold email off. Getting integrated was pretty simplified. Like it's just, let's boil down our key messaging. Let's boil down our pain points. And honestly, like a lot of the calls that I have, those questions of potential clients where they express their problems or they express what they really need help with, those are just kind of things that we've plucked to be like, okay, we're getting a lot of questions about this specific topic or this specific pain point. And you and I have hopped on to really dive into that and start leveraging those pain points to discuss in those emails. And you've done a great job of being able to boil it down in a digestible fashion. So not a whole lot of like management on the day to day. I will say honestly, so impressive because I have just my work inbox and my Slack channels, and that's already enough. We're working with 20 plus clients on a monthly recurring basis. We've got over 40 in total. And I mean, for you, we're not even doing a whole lot of volume, and yet we've got like 10 to 20 inboxes that you guys are just managing on a daily basis. It really is impressive being able to hop in and out on a daily basis and be able to facilitate a lot of that back and forth. That's the question of saving time. Is just the time is so valuable, and you guys do a phenomenal job of being able to allow us to keep doing what we do best. And that's one of the biggest values that I see from having you guys handle our cold email.
Yeah, for sure. And even thinking back, it's like I remember the way that we started out was just doing the cold email stuff, and then you were retaining the inbox management. And I remember, there's a lot of funny stories we could talk about of how much time you were involved just having to manage someone else doing that, which we eventually took over. But yeah, 100% time savings, I can imagine would be.
Look, I've tried to kind of bootstrap it and leverage the responses myself, and also even try to bring somebody on at a lower, almost like a VA to help answer some of those emails. But I mean, it just doesn't even come close to having somebody that has the expertise, that knows how to work the back end, that knows the messaging, be able to frame responses in a way that's helpful to the potential client, but also still driving interest and actually getting those calls booked. Because you want, if you're going to be spending the money to generate leads and paying for the domains and the emails and all that stuff, you don't want to be just lighting money on fire. I mean, you still have to have somebody that's there, that's quality, that's responding to those questions, and doing so in a way that makes it easier for you. My VA wasn't an accountant. There's only so much time I have to be able to train and have somebody there that can facilitate all of the objections from an accounting lens. And it really is refreshing to see somebody that isn't in the accounting space still be able to take over a topic and do it very well. That's a big piece of it.
We've tried that in the past too. A lot of people, they're quick to jump into cold email, plug in someone who doesn't really understand what they're talking about, and then whenever it comes to actually handling the responses they get, you get a lot of like funky stuff on the reply side. So
I think that lasted 2 weeks, and then I was like, all right, Matt.
Yeah, I guess the last thing I want to touch on, I was just thinking back to the story. We were on a client check-in call. We ended up booking you 2 calls while we were on that check-in call. Just share your experience, like what the team process is, how's it like interfacing with our team, and then we can wrap it up here.
To sum it up, it just honestly professionalism. You guys do a very good job of navigating some of the intricacies that would otherwise take me out of my day-to-day, and you facilitate it very well. So you guys are very responsive. There's been multiple times where I've just sent a message and I don't know who's closer, who's quicker at responses getting back. It's you or Eamon, one of our buddies who does a lot of YouTube video editing, but you guys are on it, man. I mean, I send a message, I have questions, you guys are responding in under a minute. It's crazy. I mean, I honestly don't know how you guys do it, but it's very enjoyable being able to work with you guys. I wouldn't go anywhere else for it. I think we're going to really put our foot on the gas to really start increasing the amount of volume, and it has been really fun to see. We're not even running a whole lot of volume, and it's performing pretty dang well. And I would say definitely better than industry average. So couldn't recommend you enough. And if you want to save some time and ultimately make more money, I mean, like that's the biggest thing. The value that you can get for the potential clients that you can close at a low cost that stays relatively the same, it's kind of a no-brainer for us.
Well, awesome. Alex, appreciate having you on. I'm going to drop under this video somewhere. There's going to be links to your socials as well if you want to check out his stuff. I use Alex for my accounting needs and financial needs as well. So definitely check him out too. But yes, sir. Appreciate having you on.
Yeah. Thanks, Matt.